Okay, this is just a quick video of when I first got the Falcore with the goggles and DVR capabilities. I'm in the backyard, and it turns out my backyard really isn't big enough to test this out in shield mode. But I'm gonna go ahead and show this little part of it, and then I'm gonna go out to our track or to our airfield. It pops up in the air as soon as you push up the left button, the left stick. But I'm trying to get used to the banking and yaw that are combined on the right stick, which allows you to fly it like you would drive a car. And of course, it works better when you have some forward speed to it. But because of the drift, as you can see right there, it's drifting. I got to be careful of my walls, or fly it a little faster so it doesn't run into anything. But the faster you fly it when you're in a turn, the more it slides. It does not track like a car on drive pavement. It tracks like a car on ice. Just about no matter what speed you go, there will be drift in the offhand direction of a turn. Like if it's a left turn, you will have drift to the right. Now you can spin it on its axis with the left stick, and that would cancel out a little bit more of the drift, but you're going to drift no matter what you do. It's just a question of, do you drift a lot or you drift a little? In a small confined space, you really have to stay on top of that as far as how far you drift. And I think this is before I trimmed it, so it doesn't hover in one spot. But then again, most quads won't unless they have GPS. Because if you're on a windy day, whatever you trim for is for the conditions of that moment. So if you trim it on a calm, no wind day, you go out on a wind day, you're going to drift because it was adjusted with the wind in mind. But I do think I adjusted it later in next to no winds. I'd rather start off at that point and then just get used to the flying of it. I don't tend to readjust my quads every time I fly them. I start off at a neutral point and then go from there. And I'm having a pretty easy time navigating my backyard. And this is, I think, the first time I even flew it. No, as a matter of fact, no, it's not the first time I flew it. It's the first time I flew it with goggles on. I had just got my HD goggles. And I ended up getting a DVR to be able to record this. I have to excuse the weeds in my backyard. I am kind of lazy. As you can see, the battery level is hitting 14.3. It's flashing. So I'm bringing her in for a landing. Okay, and on the next video, I'm going to go out to our flying field from my RC club, and I'm going to do some oval because we don't have any hoops or anything there. So I'm just going to do some ovals. Now we're at our flying field. Pretty much same kind of wind conditions. It's not very windy. Typically in El Paso, we do tend to keep some kind of wind going. And on this day, just guys with quads were out there, just me and maybe 3 other guys. So we pretty much had the field to ourselves. And as you see, I'm still going to be in, I'm in standby mode. Battery power 16.5. Let's see if we can bump this ahead a little. Oh no, never mind. There we go. I'm armed. And up. Gets up a little rocky, but other than that, just fine. I'm a little shaky on the, as you can tell, I'm like a drunken driver. As you see, I turned so quick on that, it skidded out. I'm just really trying to see how fast I can get it going. So So I'm going full throttle and trying to make big, wide, street sweeping turns. As you can see, we have a full runway. And you see it's coming down level again. It was up in the air because I'm tilting hard, and it starts to rise up. Because remember, sonar has to send out and get back a signal. At an angle, when you hit an object, unless it hits a flat object to reflect straight back, the sonar signal isn't coming straight back. So if you tilt it, that's why it starts to raise up. And say I'm tilting now, I'm in a turn, and it goes up a little, and it comes back down. In a long sweeping turn, it doesn't rise up that much, but if you were to stay at that bank, it would start to go up. And that's a safety feature. As it loses connection, it goes up, which is great, which is much better than going down. You do not have throttle on this. So it's not like if it erred in the other direction, you can't go up. The throttle stick is pushed forward. On that one, you saw I lost traction and spun totally out because the turn was too tight. Got to make, the faster you go, the bigger your turn is going to end up being. So I'm in a big, giant turn and lost it again. And lost all my momentum. And it went up in the air, and now it's coming back down. People are saying that if you push the right stick, sorry, not the right stick, the left stick, to change your yaw, that will do it. No, it won't. It'll just make you slide even more, because your momentum is like in space. You're still going, your vector is going the other way. Just because you turn the nose of your craft does not change your direction. And if you do it like I did it just then, you'll come to a stop because you're canceling out your vector, but you can't cancel it out with more power. In a regular quad, you can cancel your vector so strong as to almost immediately start to accelerate, but you have no throttle. So whatever power you go into the turn, all that kinetic energy that I'm building up right here, I'm building a lot of kinetic energy, more kinetic energy than I have in my props. This is why you're going to continue to slide backwards. And I went up in the air because the sonar lost the ground, comes back down, and I'm picking up speed again, building up kinetic energy. Any turn you do has to overcome that energy in that direction. And as you see, I'm starting to turn and I'm sliding because my vector is still dead to my rear, which is okay for training, and it's okay on a smaller course. But if you get up to speed, it's going to take you a little doing to overcome that same speed. And this is only in shield mode, because when you put it in horizon mode, I can tilt that thing damn near 90 degrees. Actually, I can't tilt it 90 degrees, but at 90 degrees, you no longer have anything holding you up. So you're going to start coming down. But if you put it at a 45-degree angle, push the throttle for more power, you'll get the power to overcome the vector, and you'll get the power to change your velocity in the opposite direction. You have velocity control in horizon and acro, just like any other quad. Even the little blade inductrix handheld quad has a limit to how far you can tilt it. It will not turn upside down. It will not do a flip unless you're in gusty wind. And because of that limit, it limits how much angle you can put to develop your power in any given direction. So you can't come to an immediate stop with the little inductor, and it has no weight. You can't come to an immediate stop with the Falcore or immediate change of direction. Here I'm just trying to break it wild to see what it'll do, and you can see it breaks traction. And I keep saying that it doesn't have wheels, but it's like breaking traction on slippery ground. And I'm just trying to get it to break. because I don't have any of the video. I just look for it. But this is how easy and nice it operates. And you can see by the windsock